Would you like an add-on that warns you if you're about to drown, or many other things that will help you, or at least make your journey from 1 to 60 a lot more fun in hardcore? Then make sure to also watch this video. So you have probably tried this before. You're about to fight a new enemy, but you don't know the health of this target. So if you're, for example, about to fight an elite or rare elite, then you don't know if it's going to be something you'll be capable of doing. With the add-on Mob Info 2, you will know the exact amount of health the target has. To open up the configuration, you will have to type /mi2. And now there's many different things you can change, for example the font size for your target. An additional feature you also get is a tooltip. So whenever you mouse over a target, you can also see the health and other informations. When you cast a spell, there's a 5 seconds window where you're not going to regen any mana. Then after those 5 seconds, you will start regening mana, and there will be a new mana tick every 2 seconds. Having an add-on that tracks this will allow you to level up a lot more efficiently, and of course also be more careful with your mana. This will allow you to also time your next casting a lot better, so you don't accidentally cast it before you get the mana tick. And why I prefer this one is because you don't need to do any configurations, you just need to install it. So one add-on I can't really live without when I play hardcore is this underwater breathing add-on. It allows you to track your breath a lot easier. Now there's not just going to be a normal line, no, it will also be displayed in seconds. And this is not the only amazing thing. When this timer reaches 20 seconds, then it will also start playing a sound to warn you even further. And this sound will continue to play faster and faster as you get to lower seconds. So in my opinion, this is definitely a must-have add-on, as there will be quite a few times where you'll also be under the water doing different quests. Next up is a leveling guide that has been designed specifically for hardcore. Before you start your new journey, then you also need to decide if you would like to do this by yourself or be able to level up with other people, for example by doing dungeons or maybe even group quests in the open world. Once you have decided this, then you also need to start deciding if you would like to do a specific dungeon or just all of them, because the dungeons you choose will also be customizing the guide. So if you for example chose to do dead mines, then at a certain level range it will also tell you to start doing different pre-quests or even pick up different quests for the dungeon. So at this point you're now also ready to start leveling up your character. And in the guide there will be a ton of different steps. Each step will tell you where you need to go, what you need to do, and for example when will be the perfect time to use your Hearthstone, purchase new spells, or even visit a nearby winter for an amazing new weapon. It will also automatically pick up a new quest, hand them in, and even mark the targets you need to interact with or slay. This will especially be useful at the hardcore launch when there will be so much competition. This allows you to easily track new enemies, mark them, and even start attacking them, so you can also get the kills and move on. On your map, there will now also be different numbers. These indicates where you will need to go, but also what you need to do at each step. For example, now I'm on step 4, and it tells me to kill these wolves for the meat. Then if I, for example, change to another zone, it could for example be Dunmoreau, so it's still the same zone, but after the starting area, then I can now also see each step and look at this at the map. On top of this, there will also be these marks. They indicate a nearby rare enemy and their spells and what you need to be aware of. This leveling guide is free from level 1 to 20, but you can also purchase the full version all the way up to level 60. You can find more information about this guide in the description below this video and also use my promotion code GUIDEMMO. This discount code you just apply and it will reduce the amount you need to pay. And yeah, the name of this add-on was Rested Experience. Anyway, on to the next one. When I either stream or do damage to different targets on videos, then people also keep asking, what is the add-on that you use for your damage fund? This add-on is called NiceDamage, and it's honestly not one you can get on CurseForge. No, you need to go to Google and type in NiceDamage. Then you'll most likely also see the page which is called WoW Interface. Then you just need to find your Classic Addons files, go to Interface, and in the Interface folder you will see another one which is called Add-ons. This is also where you need to copy-paste NiceDamage into. And once you have done this, you will also be able to enjoy this new font. If you find it difficult to get this to work, then make sure to also go to the NiceDamage folder, because in there you will find a README files that will tell you what you might be doing wrong. Sometimes I also like to use dark mode. This will turn some of your UI a lot darker. For example, either your action bars, target portrait, minimap, yeah, even your spellbook. So this will definitely change your UI and make it a lot different compared to how it is by default. The next one also allows you to make your game feel a lot more different. DynamicCam is an add-on where you can control how your camera should be placed at your character. So for example, if you would like it to be more to the left or to the right, instead of in the middle like it always is. Such a small change can honestly make a huge impact on the gameplay. In my opinion, it feels completely different now. Especially when you zoom far in, then it feels a lot more cinematic and like you're the cameraman standing right next to the hero. And yeah, you will still be able to zoom far out. In fact, when you do this, it will be like the normal way, but as you get closer to the character, the camera will also start angling towards the more cinematic way. To make it feel even better, then you can also enable target focusing, so the moment you target a new target, then the camera will also start facing towards that enemy. There are so many different things you can customize and change to make the experience look a lot different compared to another player that used the exact same add-on. The only downside is that it's a lot more difficult to also pay attention to your surroundings, so if there's a nearby elite right behind you. To spice it up even further, then you can also get the add-on Immersion. This allows you to see your interaction with NPCs a lot more different. For example, when you either need to pick up a quest or even hand in a quest. Of course, if you just prefer the old-fashioned way, well, then there's really no need to get any of these add-ons. But what I would highly recommend you to try and play around with is going to be another one, VoiceOver. It's an AI that will read the whole quest dialogue.
We drove the trogs out of Gnome Regan, but then it all went so horribly wrong. Now our home is completely irradiated, and we gnomes have been scattered all over Dunmorrow. In my haste to get away from the radiation, I lost...
For those of you wondering if the AI voice will always be like this, then no, it all depends on the race you're speaking to.
Gah! I was supposed to get this delicious scalding morn brew to Durnan Furcutter inside Anvilmar a while ago now, but I had to deliver one to Grellin here first.
So yeah, this is definitely refreshing and changes everything when you like to quest. The whole dialogue is just amazing. Next up is Doom cooldown pools. If you use an ability or spell that has a cooldown, then it will also tell you when there's no longer a cooldown on this specific spell, and you'll be told right in the middle of the screen. This is honestly so underrated, especially if you're at low health and you can't really pay attention to all your different cooldowns. Then you can easily pay attention to the middle of the screen as you're tracking other things and know when you can, for example, use your next health potion or something else. This was the second video about add-ons I like to use in hardcore. If you haven't already watched part 1, then I would highly recommend you to check that out. You can find it in the description below this video, together with many other hardcore videos and guides. As always, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Peace!